What's going on, TTC? Everybody else on the internet watching and listening. What an unfortunate ending to our game today. And I just want to go on record. And say that before anybody else goes into saying anything about what you know they're going to talk about, which is the penalties. And the penalties that were called against, I mean, it was like 13 or I don't know how many, it ended up being 11 or 12 or 13 penalties for over 100 yards for on Seattle, which is bullshit. And the Saints got away with murder, it seemed like. But that's not the point. Seattle, we did not lose this game today because of the penalties. All right? We simply didn't. The penalties made it harder, but that's not why we lost the game today. I'm not going to give my team an out. All right? I'm not going to give the Seahawks an out. I'm not going to give Pete Carroll and Darrell Bevell an out. I'm not going to give Russell Wilson an out. All right? We lost this game today because Russell Wilson, and don't get it twisted, partially not his fault. Russell Wilson is banged up. Russell Wilson is not the Russell Wilson that we all know and love right now. He's banged up. He can't do what he normally does. Russell Wilson threw not only an untimely interception, but an ugly, terrible interception. Granted, there was only one interception. Was it even still in the first half? No, it was first half. But that interception that Russell Wilson threw was terrible. That was a ball that never should have been thrown in the first place. If you throw an interception, there's never a good interception, but there's bad interceptions and there's bad interceptions. Russell Wilson's pass was intercepted because he didn't even see the defender there, I'm assuming. And if he did, he just made a very poor decision to throw that football. Because there's no way that ball was getting through. The window was already closed when he threw it. That drive being stopped right there in its tracks potentially could have had a game-changing event at the end of it. Even a field goal would have made a difference at that point. The defense, once again, unable to close out a team. Up by 2 or more scores in a football game and cannot hold on and close out a team. Those reasons are why we lost this game today. I was really under the impression that our defense was at a high point, despite the result of last week's game ending in a tie, because the defense had literally played so well to not lose that game against Arizona. I thought we were at a high point, but this game reminded me very much of like the Cincinnati game last year. We cannot have 2 or more score leads and then give up the damn lead late in the game and then have to play for the win or the loss. That's why we lost today's game. The offensive line play, atrocious. And I'm not just talking about Russell Wilson getting sacked, because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Russell even got sacked today. If he did, I don't remember him being sacked. He might have been sacked, but I don't believe he got sacked any more than one, maybe once or twice, if that. But the stupid penalties, false starts, given exception for the phantom holding, or was it a holding, or the phantom call on, I think it was on Britt. Was it on Britt or it was on somebody? It was a phantom call. That was no good. But the false starts, the clipping, it's just silly. It's just silly. So I'm not going to give this game to the refs. I'm giving this game to Russell Wilson and the Seahawks defense, and thirdly, the offensive line. Because the defense played well up until they didn't. But if we could have put just 6 more points on the board, we won the game. I'm extremely unhappy right now. And that's all I have to say about that. Go Hawks.